was here in 2021?
Joe Biden.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Every accusation from the Democrats is a confession, Stuart. We saw that with President Biden in his speech, where he once again repeated the lie that Donald Trump had called neo-Nazis very fine people in Charlottesville. And then a few minutes later, Joe Biden himself said that the protesters outside, the pro-Hamas protesters, had a point. Projection. Confession. President Obama last night came out here and said, you know, the other side demonizing Donald Trump, and then a minute later complains about polarization. Look in the mirror. Every accusation is a confession. Let's get back to Chuck Schumer's commentary that Donald Trump somehow traffics in anti-Semitism. It wasn't at the RNC that you had protesters sanctioned by the Democrats chasing down Orthodox Jews to chant at them that Zionism is going to fall. No, that happened here. They are telling on themselves. It is their party right now that is struggling with anti-Semitism and indeed sanctioning it within their ranks.
And split by anti-Semitism to boot. That party is split on that issue.
I don't think Democrats is a serious party, and I don't never take a Democrat serious. So in this video, I'm going to try to suggest to you or give you some of the arguments of why I wouldn't vote Democrat, why I don't take Democrats seriously, and some of the narratives they love to sprout. First of all, I believe the Democratic Party is being handled with kid gloves. As I saw in the video I just did, majority of the coverage that Democrats give Kamala Harris, the journalists give Kamala Harris is positive. 87% of the time, they give negative coverage towards Donald Trump. And I highlight this since 2018. People have known that the media has a bias. Pretty much most journalists lean on the left. Study shows. In 2018, we know this. 2024 currently is just recently been further reiterated that the mainstream media, the legacy media, covers Kamala Harris positively 84% of the time when they're covering her, when they're talking about her, when they're writing articles about her. While with Donald Trump, they cover him 89% of the time negatively when they're writing articles about him, talking about him. So you obviously see the bias. The bias has been proven, right? 2018, we knew of this bias, right? And I believe that this is why the Democratic Party shouldn't be taken seriously. When the Democratic Party put out these narratives like, oh, Republicans are racist, Republicans hate black people, that's a lie. Because if you truly cared about black people, here's an argument from me as a conservative. If you really cared about black people, wouldn't you care about the instances and impacts that takes the most black lives? Police brutality is a non-problem. Only 12 unarmed black people died at the hands of cops per year on average. You know how many black lives are lost? That does not include a cop. 76% of the lives lost, black lives lost, are due to another black person perpetrating crime against them. So if you want to be tough on crime, wouldn't it suggest that the Republican policy will be better on preserving and helping the black community? Black Democrats love to complain and push up and say the Republicans are racist, this and that and the third. And this is emotionalism that I think is a disservice to the black community. And I will show you an example of how black Democrats, especially these black baby boomer Democrats, try to manipulate young black men like me into voting along with this crap of a party they like to call and stand on. Can you explain why black men should vote for the party of pride and abortion? When, like, look, I'm being honest. The black community don't look kindly on homosexuality. When black women want to insult a black man, what does she call him? She calls him gay. Exactly. Right? But then, you know, these liberal black women want to sit here and pretend that this doesn't go on in the black community. Lie. Defunding the police and disarming law-abiding citizens, opposing school choice, and supporting open borders without identity politics or emotional manipulation. Thanks. This guy, like, you're going to hear this nonsense. This is why I say I can't take the Democratic Party seriously, right? He's going to try to gaslight people. Oh, you have a problem with black women. Kamala's heritage is in question. No one knows that she's truly black. And even if we buy the fact that she's black, she's biracial, technically not a black woman, right? She's supporting a policy that disproportionately affects black people. More black babies are aborted than born in New York, one of the most liberal cities in America. So if you care about black lives, wouldn't you care about those black lives? And I'm gonna get on abortion soon, but I want you guys to hear this foolery. And the black Democrats will have the goal to call conservatives a coon. When I make my policy positions, when I dictate, when I advocate for the Republican Party and say, hey, look, these Republican policies can help the black community. School choice can help the black community because the black community, black kids do worse off in public school. With school choice, black people who don't come from wealth, who don't usually have high income on average, will have the opportunity to at least save the future generations and give them a better opportunity, a better educational opportunity, and put more of the power in their hands. Democrats hate on that. They'd rather you stay in the same school system, which is the worst option for black kids, but they love to protect themselves as pro-black. I don't understand how anything the Democratic Party do, if you look at the results, I can make the argument that the KKK love those results. Those policies are racist. Teaching your kid that he's helpless because of his skin color, CRT. Studies have shown that if you expose your kid to CRT, critical race theory, their self-esteem will go down. They report a lower level of self-determination, aka they don't believe they can do anything for themselves. They feel more helpless because of their skin color. You're literally putting a inferiority complex in a black kid if you expose them to CRT material. But who pushes CRT? Who wants these things in school? Black Democrats, because they think it's teaching black history. They love to remind you how you were a slave, but they don't like to remind you how you overcame slavery. How, regardless of racism, slavery, the black family stick together. They don't like to remind you of that. They like to remind you how you got destroyed, how you were a servant, how you were inferior, how you are helpless. So they can play this game of, oh, look, we're coming to save you. But I digress. Let's listen into this 2-minute clip, and I'll see how far I can go into it, this nonsense.
And as a black man, why should we fear the rise of a black woman? Any black man that has an issue with a black woman rising, then they have to look at their own inadequacy. What would make you so fearful of someone who was so beloved of you, who was so beloving to you, like your mother and your grandmother and your aunts and your sisters, that you cannot...
I'm pushing back on this dumbass point. I hate when they play identity politics. You're contributing one person, only one individual gave birth to me. Yet I'm supposed to give that same cadence to every woman? No, that's not how it works. There's only 2 women you should be happy about giving birth. Your wife and your mom, because she had you, right? But no other woman gets a piggyback off of the work that my mom did. My mom alone held me for my 9 months. My mom alone made sure and took care of me. No other woman did that for me, but I'm supposed to somehow project that onto Kamala Harris when she's a biracial woman, when she didn't have any kids of her own. And this is one of these things that these black Democrats, it seemed lost on them. And they have the goal to portray themselves as pro-black. Kiss Mike, because y'all some BSers. This is why I don't take y'all seriously. This is why when y'all insult me, call me raccoon, this is some coon-ish. You're literally no policy, nothing. Hey, nothing she's putting forth that will help you actually benefit in this country, actually help you thrive in this country. All of it is symbolism, emotional symbolism. And this is what the Democratic Party is relying on. They're relying on the black community to be emotional. Let's take a look at this clip of this black woman essentially parroting the point that I made, but in a more pro-black lens, because I'm not pro-black, I'm pro-American. I believe we all need to win. And can't just be making policies exclusively for black people. It has to apply to all Americans. And illegal immigration hurts all Americans. Inflation hurts all Americans. High rates of crime hurts all Americans. School choice will help all Americans. That's how I like to think about these things. But if Democrats want to make this argument that they're the pro-black party, then they got some answers. They have some questions to answer. Let's check out this clip.
This is what the Democrat Party represents. I've never in my life seen so many people willing to vote for their own destruction, their own genocide, and the sexuality and abortion of their own children. I think the reason is because we're emotional, right? We're not fact-based. We're more based off of emotion. We're in a day and age where people are more concerned about the racism that they're never going to be able to rid than they are about the pedophilia that's sleeping itself through our government. When you ask people what type of policy is Kamala Harris running on, they can't say anything. The only reason they want to vote for her is because she's black. What gets me is, you're telling me that I'm supposed to choose this woman just because she's black? Well, you know, everybody's pro-black until it's time to marry and procreate. She didn't choose black when it was time for her to preserve the black family, but I'm supposed to believe that I'm supposed to choose black for her to preserve the black family in the White House. We're not doing that. If she didn't have to choose black, then we don't have to choose black either. So we need to get off of this whole thing, oh, they're just gonna do something for us because they're black. Well, maybe if she would have picked a black man or had a black kid, I probably could support that. But the fact that you are on a HBCU tour telling young black women to abort their children while you're raising white children, that's the issue for me. That should be an issue for black America, because y'all remember back in the day of slavery, we couldn't keep our kids, but you'll see them white kids sucking nana titties, getting breastfed. Yeah, we're not gonna abort our children and raise theirs.
Now, I don't always agree with Tariq Nasheed, but like I said, when you're right, I agree. When you're wrong, I disagree. This is my philosophy. So me and Tariq may have different philosophies. For instance, I'm a Pan-American. Like, hey, look, I want policies that benefit all of America, because I believe if all of us went, if we bring a general policy that benefits all people, it's easier for us to unite as one country. Tariq Nasheed is just looking at it from how it helps exclusively to black people, and that's fine. But here's our intersecting agreement. Outrage at California opens $300 million loan fraud for migrants, illegal migrants, right? And this is Tariq Nasheed. While all of y'all black people are partying and twerking at the DNC convention, here's what where the money is going. Because his argument is, oh, you could pay reparations, you could do this. Pretty much what Tariq Nasheed is making an argument for is that the government has the means to help its actual people, the people who actually pay taxes, the people who actually vote in the election, people who are actually Americans. But it's using all these resources to what? Bribe migrants coming over the border. And he's saying that's resources that you're helping foreign actors, people who have not voted, who not contributed to the tax dollars. This is money laundering. And this is why I always find it so funny. Like the government people in government like to pretend that they're not corrupt, right? Those who always accuse people in the private sector of greed almost never accuse government of greed, no matter what it does. Like imagine, Americans pay 100% of the taxes. Migrants pay minimum to no taxes at all. Yet they're getting the bulk of the benefit. $300 million home loans? Who's paying for that? Us. So you're extracting resources from us to give to other people who have not contributed to the pot. Does that sound fair as an American? This is why I can't take the Democratic Party seriously. And to distract from that, they'll try to cascade, oh, Republicans are racist. They hit you with some emotional BS. And let's get to abortion, because for some reason, it seems like this is an issue with a lot of black women, right? 95% of black women are Democrats, so I assume like many black women agree with abortion. There's data about reasons for why women seek abortion. Now, let's play a little game here. 95% of abortions are due to elective and unspecified reasons. Only 0.4% of them are due to rape, and only 0.3% are due to the risk of the life of the mother. Okay, and as the middle ground, if I say, hey, let's only allow abortion for rape, incest, and risk to the health of the mother, that only attributes at best 5% of abortions that's held every year. Make it make sense. 95% of you women who take abortions are doing it for elective reasons. But the Democrats, they love to play this little straw man argument of theirs, saying, Republicans don't want women to get abortion due to the health of the mother, even if the health of the mother is being at risk. And when moderate Republicans say, okay, fine, we'll give you rape, incest, and medical reasons as the only exception for abortion, will you agree with aborting any other reason for abortion? Guess what the Democrat will tell you? No. So that means stop making your arguments based on the exception. Because the rule is many women who get abortions are doing it for convenience. That's the reality. Hey, get mad at me in the comment section. Keep trying to justify, oh, it's not a life. End of the day, fetus means offspring. End of the day, you killed your offspring. You're aborting your offspring. You're still killing your child, regardless if you want to acknowledge its humanity or not. That's perception. Your perception isn't reality. This is why they don't want to do ultrasounds before they do the abortion, because they know they're killing a life. But they like to pretend, out of sight, out of mind. This is how abortion goes. And it's this vagueness that allows abortion to be such a big issue for a lot of single women, because a lot of single women has never given birth. They never had children. So they're less empathetic towards their own child. They see their child as an inconvenience in their life. If they got pregnant by Chris Brown or some famous rich person, they're going to keep the baby. But if it's some bum, some dude with no potential, he was just a one-night stand, don't know him, abortion. While if you give the pro-lifers, hey, if you got raped, you did this, will you abort the kid? Most pro-lifers, especially principled ones, they're going to say, nah, I'm going to keep the kid because every kid deserves life. There's stories of women who got raped who kept the child, and the child ended up becoming great things in the future because they didn't hold the sins of the father on that child. This is why you got Democrats wishing rape on family members of Republicans, because they can't perceive that someone's being principled about their beliefs. Oh, if it was your daughter, you would have gotten an abortion. No. If it's a human life, it deserves human rights. That's the pro-life principled stance. And I don't understand how Democrats can't understand that. They try to project that the fact that you're against abortion means you hate women. We believe women do not have the right to kill their children for any reason. Especially when I find out 95% of abortions are due to, because I want to, essentially. But y'all want to pretend, oh my God, there's good reasons why women get abortions. It's because of health to the mother. Health to the mother only contributes to 0.3%. 0.3. At Normandy's, oh my God, my kid wasn't viable. 1.1, less than 2% of babies aborted was due to that. But then these Democrats in my conversation will pretend that I'm somehow irrational for wanting to support pro-life. It's based on human ethics. And guess what? I didn't use no religion in my arguments. All rationale. If you believe in human rights, if you believe voting is a human right, why would I draw the line at a born kid deserves life, an unborn kid doesn't deserve life? A born kid has rights, an unborn child doesn't deserve rights. Make it make sense. How is it any different than slavery? White man to have rights, black man don't have rights. Y'all playing the same game. But it's ironic because Democrats are the party of slavery and discrimination. And they still discriminate today. Oh, you don't believe me? Affirmative action, anyone? MIT admits 7% more Asian students after SCOTUS strikes down affirmative action. Democrats are the party of discrimination, yet they project onto the Republican Party, act like they're the party of discrimination, act like they're the party of racism, where you give special treatment, you give different standards based on someone's skin color. There's data, and if you look it up, there's studies that shows that liberals talk differently to people based on their skin color, but they want to call conservatives the racist one. Stop projecting, Democrats. This is why I can't take you as a serious party. This is how I became conservative, bro. Intentions versus the results. Hey, your intentions may be to equalize or bring social justice, but your results is essentially racism. How are you not a racist? You know them by their fruits, not by their words, their deeds. And looking at the deeds of the Democratic Party, you guys are the racist one. You're the party of discrimination. You're the party of division. But here you are trying to project to me, saying that as a black man, I'm supposed to go along with this crap when none of your policies helps Americans at all. All you're doing is trying to tell the American people what they want to hear so you can be in power to continue effing things up. You lied in the American people's face. The American people felt like the economy wasn't good, that we're in a recession. And you send your goons in the media, whose majority of them are Democrats, liberals, and you gaslight us telling us, oh, the economy is strong. The economy is good. What are you talking about? Inflation is only temporary. Lie. And you wonder why the trust in the media is in an all-time low. Why people rather listen to me than listen to mainstream media. Because at least you're getting my honest opinion. At least I'm showing you, hey, look, this is where I'm basing my opinions on. You can find other data that goes against what I'm saying, but this is what I'm standing on. I'm tired of this bigotry from the Democratic Party. They think, oh, all we got to do is appeal emotionally to black people and we'll get their vote. That's how the Democratic Party sees many of their voters. Ignorant, emotional. All we got to do is appeal to them emotionally. All we got to do is give them symbolism. Look at all these women at the DNC. We want to represent America. No, you want to represent your constituency of America. You want to forgive student loan debt because college-educated people tend to vote Democrat, when most of America has not gone to college. So student loan forgiveness is not appealing to most Americans. But you still run on it, though. You still project it as a good thing, though, even though a minority of people benefit from it. Redistribution of wealth. This is what the Democratic platform is based on? And you think you're going to make everything better? How? The producers don't produce inflation. Government spending does. In America, if you vote Democrat, hey, just admit it. Just be honest with all of us and say, yeah, it's for emotional reasons. It's for symbolism. Symbolism is what gets my vote. Because in reality, this is what you're proving the Democratic Party wrong. I can't even be mad at the Democrats because the Democrats wouldn't be doing this if it didn't work. So I lay the blame on the American people themselves that they fall for this ish. Because if you want something different, you can't reward what's currently going on with the Democratic Party right now. The party of projection is what I call them. But hey, that's just my little monologue. Let me know yours in the comment section below. What you agree with, you disagree with about me. Let me know some of your thoughts on it. I'll be curious to hear what you guys have to say. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.